Hi, everybody. Aaron Wilson, OSU Extension Ag Weather and Climate Field Specialist and the State Climatologist of Ohio, here to present the first weather update for 2025's Battle of the Belt. So the sun's out today, birds are chirping, and certainly the last few days, dust has been flying across the state as planting activities really start to ramp up quite a bit here across the state. Now, as far as temperatures go, over the last several months, this is just looking at April compared to average here. It has been about average for most locations, a little cooler than average is in parts of West Central Ohio, Mercer, Darke County, and a little bit above if you go to portions of North Central and Southeast Ohio. Overall, we had a fairly average winter. Cold. January and February, you might describe that as a little bit on the cooler than average side. March was very warm, about 8 degrees above average for the month, so really turned those conditions around. And April's been highly variable, of course, and we typically experience that in April. But overall, the last week or so, temperatures have remained mild, with temperatures only dropping into low to mid 30s this past week in a few locations. So we stayed above freezing for much of the state. That's got our soil temperatures looking pretty good across the state, 53 degrees on a daily average. Soil temperature up in Ashtabula County, mid 50s for a lot of our northern sites, and then right around 60 degrees really for our central and southern Ohio soil temperatures. So looking pretty good out there from a soil temperature perspective. If you thought it's been a little wet over the last 30 days, you would be correct. So certainly if you go down to places close to the Ohio River where you see that dark brown and that first yellow color, some of those locations, Claremont, Adams, Brown County, have seen more than 10 inches of rain over the last 30 days, and that's well above average. And when we look across the state, most areas here are green. So anywhere from 125 to even 200 or 300% above average. So very wet conditions, but despite that, we've also been very windy with pretty strong evaporation taking place in terms of that wind helping to remove that soil moisture or excess soil moisture. So, outside of the flooding that we did experience in early April, especially in southern Ohio, most locations are seeing pretty good conditions out there. And when we look at our soil moisture map, again, mostly down in that Cincinnati tri-state region, the soils are very saturated or overly saturated at this point. But most of the state is in that normal range. We're actually still a bit dry in portions of southeastern Ohio where we had that historic drought of last year as well. So soil moisture overall looks pretty good. Soil temperatures look pretty good. So that's why a lot of you certainly have hit the go button this week. Now, as far as our forecast this week goes, pretty mild temperatures, I think, for most of the week, but we do have several opportunities for rain, maybe a little bit of severe weather on Tuesday as a cold front moves through. We're going to see highs generally around 80, maybe mid 80s for some folks, with strong southerly winds. And then we'll have a line or two of storms go throughout the day that could drop some damaging winds, also isolated tornado or two. Behind this front on Wednesday, conditions will be a little bit cooler, generally in the 50s, close to the lake. You can't shake that cold lake water this time of the year, it seems. And then really staying close to 80 degrees across the southern portion of the state where that front is expected to stall out across northern Kentucky, southern Ohio here. As we head into Thursday, that comes back forward northward as a warm front. So we elevate our temperatures once again. And then again, we're going to see another round or two of showers and thunderstorms on Thursday as well. Same story. Friday, the cold front moves through, some lingering showers. Not everyone's going to see rain the whole time, but it is going to be fairly damp across the state this week. And then as we get into Saturday, high pressure kind of gets restored here. It will be cool, cooler than average this upcoming weekend. We could have few areas of frost as well Saturday morning and Sunday morning. And overall, those temperatures are going to remain probably slightly on the cooler side to begin the week next week, and then warm up as we head into the later part of next week as well. So again, not a complete washout. Generally speaking, across the state this week, a half to 1 inch of rain, that's about average. Some locations will pick up quite a bit more. We saw those heavier rain showers in Northeast Ohio this past week, dropping 3 to 4 inches in some spots of Geauga and Trumbull County. Some areas could see that again, but they're going to be pretty isolated, generally a half inch to 1 inch this week. And then as we head in that period between May 5th and 11th, our latest Climate Prediction Center outlooks look close to maybe slightly warmer than average. We should see highs in the mid to upper 60s, lows in the low to mid 40s for this time period. And looking fairly dry as well, kind of a lull in the activity. So we're expecting a pretty good probability of below average precip. So if you haven't gone by this point, I think this window May 5th through 11th presents a good opportunity to get those activities out there. So with that, that's the first update of Battle of the Belt for this year. Good luck with your planning season, and check us out in this week's corn news letter for an update to the weather conditions. And of course, we'll have more videos for you each week here. So thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Welcome back to Battle for the Belt Planner Updates. I'm Lynn Ault, manager at the OERDC Wooster location. We were able to plant the second planting date last Friday, April 18th. Planting conditions were good. Current soil temperatures are 57 degrees at the 2-inch depth. Weather conditions look mostly warm for this coming week. Our first planting soybeans are just starting to emerge, as you'll see. However, our last plantings are struggling with the Northeast Ohio weather. Our second seedings are quickly catching up with our first seedings. Corn is currently about a 1/4 inch under the soil surface. Our soybeans are really struggling. We'll see how our crops compete in the coming weeks. From the field, I'll see you in another 2 weeks.